Hello and welcome back, fellow bad strategists. We're here as Redland on round 5 again. We didn't get attacked, we didn't suffer any losses, the enemy saw our machine guns and they said, nope, we are noping away from those. Private economy bonus is quite significant right now. Hopefully the private economy does something like produce private industries. We gained volunteerism, which is good. That's the militia boost we wanted. We can research artillery, which might be worth it if our tanks can't break them, but I think our tanks will break them, so probably we don't care. Oh no, though. Oh noes. We only got 68% of completion with the medium tank design. So we're gonna have to wait another turn before we even know if the medium tanks can do anything. Before we even know if they're mobile. I'm tempted to scout the mountains a little bit to secure our position. I actually think that's the right decision because enemies will cross mountains occasionally, and our town is exposed. If they do a mountain ambush, we won't really have much to save us. I'm thinking, do we want more MGs? I think we need more MGs too. We're gonna get 2 MGs. We'll move these guys there. We'll move these guys there. And are we so bold as to move these guys over there? Let's see. The readiness isn't super high and it drops when they move. No, we're not going to move them there. We might split these MGs off next turn. We want the full encirclement, but we don't want to risk our troops. We've lost some militia, but we haven't lost any proper soldiers. We also have quite high recruitment rate right now in colonists as well as soldiers, which is quite good. That said, we're not using a ton of recruits, so we don't need that high recruitment, so... Ooh, finally, we get events. We haven't seen events for a while. Okay. This is a terrible event. Terrible event. Okay. So you remember our equation. Basically, if it's the category we care about, it's 1 for 1. So -2, we want government, that's a 2-point penalty. +4, we want fist, that's a gain. So this is a value 2 option to take this. But we'd have to upset our governor. But then taking this, we really want to boost government, but it's 7 points off of heart. 7 points. And heart is the category which dominates fist. So that's actually a 14-point penalty to our fist rating to gain 6 points. So it's actually like 8 points in the negative to take this. And then if we do this, we lose 2 points, and then we gain mind, which is half the value as a negative, which is 3.5 points. So this is like the worst option here. So from a... oh, God, that's awful. So from a cost standpoint... the most efficient option is to approach the leader. However, I actually care more about government than I do about fist. So I think I'm willing to take the -8 points towards what we want from the yes, because it will raise our government. And it won't immediately hurt our fist. It will hurt our fist... would it immediately... it would actually immediately hurt our fist. God, heart is such a nasty thing to deal with. Do we want government that badly? Public industrial bonus. We're kind of isolated. We do want the bonus. I hate it, but we're gonna have to erect the statue.
Copy that.
Alright, so our fist is gonna drop 2 points next turn, and heart will drop 1. But our government's at 54, which means we're gonna start unlocking state companies, which will give us a 40% production bonus to our factories when we build them. That'll be very, very important. Popular society demands that you hire their candidate. Was that the Good Society? Factions? Yeah, popular is government, mind, and meritocracy, which is almost exactly what we want, so we'll hire their candidate.
Wilco.
Policy speech. Do you want super bad, or mildly bad? I'm gonna say we're gonna stay vague.
Yes.
Minus 5% word score is kind of unfortunate. So word score is a modifier to what your leaders think of you. You want to raise it very, very high, and then your leaders will like you and they'll be loyal. We're not going to sacrifice our government for our word score. That said, if our word score gets low, we will suffer for it. There's no doubt about that. Do we want credits, or do we want to play a card? We could increase quality of life right now. I think we do this.
Copy that.
Because this will start raising the quality of life in our city. It gives us a school, which is quality of life education, 50 points, which will start making our people happier. You'll notice happiness increased 1.2 to public budget investment of a single credit. That's very useful. Yeah, we'll start boosting that. We don't have any other fate cards we're going to want to play, and if we get another fate pack, we'll probably get a fate point, and so if we get something useful like AI walkers, we'll be able to afford to play it. Yeah, okay, so we got machine guns. We're going to try to get a full encirclement. We want to be comfortable that they're not going to be able to attack us. The odds say 1.8, but really you don't want to attack with less than 5 to 1 odds if you can help it, though sometimes the odds don't reflect what will actually happen. It's possible to attack with 1 to 5 odds and win without any losses. So don't assume the odds calculator is entirely correct. It can be flawed because we're actually getting some hits.
Wilco.
The odds calculator, we gained a little XP from that. And you notice we lowered their readiness and entrenchment, which is why artillery is good. The odds calculator is flawed because it doesn't incorporate all of the factors into it which are necessary to understand how the battle outcome will come, and we don't have perfect recon, so it might be based on incorrect information. Alright, we're going to end turn here. Next turn we'll see if our medium tank is actually mobile, and if it is mobile we will produce it, and we will send it in, and then we will start attacking, and then the medium tanks will destroy them. We're not going to send in medium tanks alone. That's worth noting. We would if we had 2 units of them, but a single unit of lone medium tanks, that's very interesting they moved out. A single unit of lone medium tanks might actually suffer losses in this battle, even with all the heavy armor they have, but 2 units would probably be safe from losses. Alright. It's called a main tank. Well, that was foolish of them. They certainly pulled out a fair bit. Wow, we could chance taking their city right now. I don't trust the odds calculator at all, though. It might just be lying to us. Our tank don't have an engine rating below 60. 99 engine rating, 112 strategic value. Basic design 85. Basic design doesn't matter too much, it'll rise as it goes. Weapon 104, 94 armor, solid. Tracked, it is not immobile, it is tracked. We can use that. Let's also make the light tank obsolete before we produce a bunch of immobile tanks. That would be a bad thing to do by accident. Okay, so they moved out. So we're just gonna drop machine guns. Their troops will be cut off. They will engage in a desperate assault from both sides into these machine guns, possibly into something other than the machine guns, to try to create an opening so they can get their troops back into their city. They're willing to take more risky maneuvers like that when... Yeah, they're willing to be extra risky when it means saving their troops. Oh no. So anyways, after they do that, we will ram into them with our tanks because their readiness and their morale will be lowered from the defeat. and then we'll take them out. Next turn we can produce the armor. We're 45% of the way there right now, and the reason we're 45 is because we have half the production we need. So we'll have half a unit of tanks. We can build it next turn, but you'll notice this settlement is no longer ours. That means that their enemy units, they're pushing their zone of control is stronger than ours, so they're able to contest these tiles and keep us from reclaiming them. We're gonna move both these militia into the mountains next turn and try to keep them from getting within two hexes of our capital. You'll notice we have 8 danger. It increased 1 point due to the presence of enemies. Very, very bad. We don't want that. What do we want to design? We could do artillery. Artillery would be funny. We could make actual mobile light tanks. That's an idea. It seems like the medium tanks are pretty strong though, so we probably wouldn't want to move away from them. I've tried using the 25 howitzers, and the issue I have with them is that they score almost no hits, and I think what's happening is that they're not penetrating the armor, or that their attack value is too low, so I think we want to use the 60s. I'm also comparing the firepower. I think the 60s are probably going to be better. I haven't tried the big ones though. We could try big guns. We do it with our tanks and it works. We'll try the howitzers. We'll try the 60s. Hopefully they work, but we don't need a big focus in our model design council right now, as I mentioned, so we're going to go alter our national budget. And we're going to go 85% to the Supreme Council. Sorry, Model Design Council guy, you're going to be so sad. Minus 32 plus 8 for the other guy. It does tend to hurt people's feelings more than it makes them happy when you change budgets. That is worth noting. The increased budget for a Supreme Council will get us more leader recruitment cards, which we need because we need leaders. It's also possible to go into the Interior Council. Yeah, we're gonna end turn here. I think we're in a comfortable place. Yeah, it's possible to go into the Interior Council rather than the Supreme Council for leader recruitment. Basically, what you get from the Supreme Council cards are you get cards that kind of come from all the other councils, but are less specific. So you get spy cards, and I think you normally get those from the Secret Service Council. You get leader recruitment cards, which come from the Interior Council. You basically just get cards that do everything. And hopefully we'll draw recruit junior cards, which are the ones we really need, and we can flood our deck with leaders who we don't pay any salary to, and hopefully get some decent leaders along the way. Alright, I'm gonna call it here though, and we will check that out next time. So we will see if we're getting leader cards, and we will see if our medium tanks are up to snuff and if we can take this settlement. I will see you then. Have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.